South Africa may not yet match China's population or infrastructure, but the direction looks uncannily similar. In China, this was the exact inflection point that turned courier companies into national giants. Could South Africa be next? Of course, fuel markets are unpredictable. A sudden rand wobble or global political oil shock could flip the story overnight. What if I told you that South Africa's e-commerce market is now on the same kind of trajectory that turned China's AliExpress into a global powerhouse? Because right now, a fuel price drop is rewriting the economics of online shopping, and South African retailers are getting ready to cash in. Today, we are diving into a chain reaction that connects global oil prices, delivery trucks, and your next online purchase. It's a story that could make South Africa the AliExpress of Africa. Here's the setup. Brent crude is trading at about $61 a barrel. The rand is holding strong at about 17 rands per dollar. Together, that pushed oil costs to their lowest level in 4 years. Economists expect petrol prices to fall by up to 47% per litre in November, the biggest cut in years. And while motorists celebrate, online retailers are running the numbers because cheaper fuel could mean millions in extra margin. Now, fuel is the lifeblood of South Africa's e-commerce engine. It's responsible for over 50% of last-mile delivery costs. Every package from a Takealot hub in Johannesburg to a doorstep in Nabeha rides on petrol or diesel. So when fuel costs drop even 10%, a mid-sized company can save up to 500,000 rands a month. And if you do the math, that's about 6 million rands a year. Money that can be reinvested in technology, marketing, or slashed delivery fees. Now, pause for a second. In the early 2010s, as China's logistics network got cheaper and faster, AliExpress and Taobao exploded, turning small domestic retailers into global exporters. South Africa may not yet match China's population or infrastructure, but the direction looks uncannily similar. Falling logistic costs, plus mobile-first consumers, plus rising trust in digital payments. It's the same recipe, just cooking on African soil. The timing couldn't be better. E-commerce turnover is projected to hit about 130 billion rands this year. And that's up from 96 billion rands in 2024, a 38% jump, 10 times faster than physical retail. More than 10 million South Africans now shop online. And if delivery costs fall, that wave could turn into a flood. Now let's look at delivery platforms like Checkers 6060, Pick Up and Pay ASAP, and Uber Eats. Finally get a breathing room after years of rising wages and packaging prices. Also, startups like Parcelninja, Drop, and Droppa can expand micro-fulfillment hubs or test EV delivery fleets without fuel costs eating their margins. In China, this was the exact inflection point that turned courier companies into national giants. Could South Africa be next? Economist Felisa Nkomo warns that cheaper fuel holds only if the trend lasts long enough to ease household inflation. But even modest relief could shift spending from survival to choice, and choice fuels online demand. Now, let's be clear. South Africa's e-commerce is not yet AliExpress sized, but what matters isn't size, it's direction. Both markets began their booms when three things aligned. And that's exactly what's happening here. South Africa is standing at the same kind of doorway China walked through 15 years ago. Of course, fuel markets are unpredictable. A sudden rand wobble or global political oil shock could flip the story overnight. But if the rand stays strong and crude oil stays calm, 2025 could just mark the start of South Africa's most cost-effective delivery era yet. And perhaps it's AliExpress moment. When logistics get cheaper, innovation travels faster. And just like China did a decade ago, South Africa could turn cost pressure into competitive advantage. So, will South Africa become the next AliExpress? If you believe in Africa's digital rise, why don't you like and hit subscribe? Until next time, keep your engines and your ideas running.